Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Would you stop trying to read my achievements?
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another TADPOG podcast. That's staying in. It's a show where it happens twice a week, where two old guys and just like the most still in love couple that we know talk about old games.
The epitome of love.
And just sharing and everything. It's wonderful. This week, we're continuing on our series of shitty games sponsored by food companies. Sure.
Food and beverage.
Food and beverage. All right.
Let's not block ourselves out a cool spot next week.
That's true. Because I almost said NES. So this week, we're going to be talking about the NES classic. Yo, Noid.
I like it when a game has an exclamation mark in it, especially in the middle.
In the middle. Because the Noid's not paying attention.
Let's try to keep that up throughout the entire episode if possible. Can we all agree to that?
Yep.
Every time we say the name of the game, we have to do it with that emphasis.
Well, of course, everybody knows the most in-love couple on this show is Josh and Nicole Nance.
Hey guys.
TADPOG sweethearts.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Oh, yeah, this is radio. Sorry. Well, I'm your beard host, Tyler, and I was thinking about intro stories because I should have been thinking about this far in advance, but I didn't because I was playing Yo Noid until I went out to pee while Dave was setting up, and I thought of an intro story.
Good.
So I know we're all pet lovers here. So have you guys had the desire for pets versus your landlord fight in places that you've lived?
Maybe like before moving in, like before signing a lease. Yeah.
Okay, because I signed a lease. They couldn't have pets, and then Meg really wanted pets, so I was like, landlord never comes by here. It's fine. We'll just get them. So I went and got River and Sky. Had them. Everything was fine. One day the toilet backed up, and we could not fix it. So we had to call.
That was the third cat.
We had three. River's like, I'm the only boy.
Glub.
But we hit the landlord's guy you're supposed to call for plumbing problems, and he came over. And I should have swept up better, but there was cat food still like in part of the floor where I knew he was coming over, so I hid all the stuff. He comes over, fixes the toilet. Next day, I get an angry call from my landlord saying the plumber told him that he saw cat food and that I wasn't allowed to have pets and I better not have pets.
Does this story end with you eating cat food in front of your landlord to convince him that it's yours?
I did feed him one weird line, but I was like, no, we don't have pets. No way.
Yeah, what a dick. Was this guy did the landlord, he was like, hey, you get $10 an hour, though if you find any evidence of anybody keeping pets, that's another $100.
Because, I mean, the guy, he was a shitty landlord anyway. He was kind of a jerk, and he was super cheap. I remember we had, of course, I'll never rent another place that has wall unit AC again.
Oh, man.
Central heat and air, period. I hate wall units, especially after this apartment. He had one big wall unit in the living room, and that was it.
It was the entire wall.
That'd been great. But it was kind of a shitty unit. And I remember it went out. One day it just went out in the middle of summer.
I'd have moved.
And he couldn't gather to the next day. So he just had to suffer one night being super, super hot. And the next day when he came over with a clothes hanger that he unwound and then just stuck it in a bunch of the pipes on the outside.
Yeah.
And then left. Didn't fix it. Nothing happened. Okay. And so again.
It's pregnant. I've seen it before.
Welcome back to the show, Josh. Welcome back to the show. It's been a while. I've I'm glad you're coming out. Guns a-blazing.
Those hobos come in your air conditioner, get them pregnant. I gotta clear them out all the time.
Is that a TADPOG first? I think it might be. Josh made the first abortion joke on the show.
Oh man, that was good.
You can't see it, but my wife is holding her head down in shame.
And he said he'd get someone out to repair it in like 2 or 3 days. So we had to go stay with my parents for 2 or 3 days because it was just too hot. When we got back up there, when he had his guy come up and the guy was fixing it, he was like, yeah, I mean, I can fix it, but man, it's a piece of shit. I told you when you installed these not to be such a cheap bastard and actually get good units. And the landlord, I saw the guy tell him that, and the landlord was super pissed that I overheard this.
Yeah.
But he was just a jerk. But he's like, all right, fine. I'll come by there later to check. I was like, well, shit, okay. And about 2 days later, I'm there with the cats in the living room, and he just drives up and starts pounding on the door. I was like, oh, shit. And then, by pounding on the door, I used to have a lazy boy that had, a piece of cloth that made a hammock underneath it, sort of. Yeah. And that's the cats love to get up under there. Remember, he knocks on the door, and they both run under the recliner. And I'm going around, I can't reach them to pull them out to put them in the bedroom or in the closet. It's like, if they're just going to be right here in the living room where he's going to be in this recliner.
Yeah.
Fuck. And I'm trying to get them, and I can't get them, and he's really pounding at the door. So what I do is I quickly strip off my clothes, and I go and I open the door just a little bit. And he's angry at this point looking at me. I was like, hey, man, let me put some clothes on. We're naked people. We're naked most of the time. So just give me just a second. He looked kind of perplexed. Okay. And I shut the door. The cats at this point, I feel it in there. I can't even feel them. So I put clothes on and I let him in. And he just
that was all for nothing.
All for nothing. I still couldn't get the cats out. But it at least gave me some time. It took me a little while because I'm naked. Just naked. We're just naked people.
I'm not trying to find cats.
Me and my wife are naked. So he comes in and he uses the pretense of checking up on the toilet and shit like that, but he's just looking over the apartment trying to find traces of cats. Uh-huh. He can't. And I'm just sitting there in the middle of the room cats don't meow, don't fucking do anything. they're just sitting in the chair. And eventually he leaves, and then 30 minutes later the cats wander out of the recliner.
I was hoping River and Sky were attached to his back.
But right after that, Meg and I decided to get another apartment with Josh that allowed pets because I didn't want to go through that shit again. I know the guy was just going to try and bust me for more money. So I called him with a sob story about transferring schools, and he kept let me break the lease, but he kept my deposit, and we moved out, thank God.
I've broken many a lease.
Yeah.
And
that's the first and only one I've broken.
Yeah. You know what? I just don't respect the lease. I just don't. It's college. They get it. It's I gave you money at the beginning that I knew I'd never get back. There's no chance I'm ever going to get that money back. And people want to rent these places all the time. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
In a college town, it's not a big deal. I can understand if it's I don't know, Norman, Oklahoma or something like that.
Where that shitty place Blake lives. Whatever.
What's up, Internet? I am Dave. I am your bespectacled host, and I came prepared to tell you a story about mock trial, which I think I might have actually told before. But Tyler, you've inspired me to tell you a story about renting an apartment. I've talked about this apartment before briefly. This is the same place that Brandon and I threw the 80s party that's been mentioned on the show before, where he poured sugar on all of us, and then I ate it all off the floor the next morning and got sick for a full day. That's when I've seen that's the only time I've seen a dog diarrhea and vomit at the same time. So Nikki was super pleased that I kept him in her bathroom while he was doing that. I cleaned that room out just straight with a garden hose. Just pulled it in the back door and just sprayed that room out.
Your phone was your deposit. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't ever get yours back either, right? No. Okay. Man, I remember leaving that place. Brandon, I broke the lease, but Brandon broke it before me. So he left, but he broke the lease before I did, and I was there by myself for even in the first couple days, I was like, nope, can't do this. This sucks and it's expensive. Moved out. I broke the lease, and I was like, my landlord up to this point has been super friendly, but apparently he doesn't like it when people break their leases. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, we did a few things that we probably shouldn't have. Like, I had the electricity turned off before I cleaned out the refrigerator. So I remember as I was doing a final check of the apartment, make sure I had everything. I remember opening the fridge and being like, oh, that's going to be a problem. Definitely going to hear about that. Okay. And then, of course, during the walkthrough, he knew that I had a dog. Ein was a puppy at the time. But Ein had this game where he would systematically strip the stairs of carpet. He would start from the bottom left. It's like he was reading up. He would start from the bottom left and then work his way all the way to the right of the stairs, and then he would go up another row and then peel the carpet off. So I knew that was an issue, and I was like, okay, clearly there's absolutely no way I'm getting my deposit, but hopefully this guy's not going to be a huge dick about it. About a week after I moved in with Nikki, who lived in the same, not really a complex, but same community, not like a gated thing or anything. Don't like you in advance or anything. But
Dave in his privileged college days.
This guy this guy owned just this neighborhood, and it was just this neighborhood of apartments, and I'm sure is so rich because no one wanted to live on campus. No one wanted to live on campus.
Yeah.
And so I was staying with Nikki, which had the same landlord, and I get a call about a week after I move out, and he is pissed off. He is pissed off about the stairs, but mainly he is really, really mad about the state of the refrigerator. He is going off on how he's tried everything. He can't get the smell out. I'm going to need to buy a new refrigerator and replace it. And I'm just kind of 19 years old, so I'm lol, no. And then he says, oh, yeah, and also, we found your meth in the apartment. To which, this is the first time in the conversation I took pause. What? Yeah, we found your meth in the apartment. I don't have any meth in the apartment. Oh, well, we found it, and I'm going to tell the police. Well, that's a problem. And so I got off the phone, really, really nervous and scared because it was
I just went to jail at this point. So you were going to...
Yeah, Tyler, you had just gotten out of jail. And it was I remember... I don't know if I mentioned on the show. That's the first time I met your parents. Is when you were getting carted off to jail. I show up at your apartment, and your mom is just crying. And I remember the first time I met her because she's crying, and she looks over. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Dave." Your dad was cool though, because I remember saying the same thing to him, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Randy." And I was like, do you guys need anything? No, we're just going to go to the jail. Okay. And then I remember Jacob was there because that's when you live with Jacob. Mm-hmm. I just looked at Jacob, and Jacob's just shaking his head wide-eyed.
Yeah, Jacob, because, man, he was super nice to the officers, offered them iced tea and just being very hospitable to the police.
That's a good idea, I feel like. So, yeah, I was like, Tyler went to jail. Shit, I'm going to go to jail. I don't even have any meth. I was like, this motherfucker is setting me up. I fucked up his fridge, and now he's like, I'm going to send you to jail, motherfucker.
Because the flaw is, I don't think anybody who does meth is going to leave meth somewhere, not take their meth. So that's kind of it's not like socks. You don't just...
So I didn't know what to do, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna
Wait, he didn't have a lisp, and you weren't leaving math textbooks behind.
Your math. We found your maths. I did have a geometry book that I'm pretty sure I left there. Man, I had no idea what to do. I didn't know if I should talk to somebody or if I should just treat it as bullshit, which I was like, this is pretty much bullshit because no one, who would have meth in our apartment? Like nobody. We never at a time had someone over the apartment who'd be like, can you hold this meth for me for an undetermined amount of time?
And Brendan much prefers hallucinogens, so he's not.
So about a week goes by, and I'm like, okay, I haven't heard anything. But I'm kind of curious because, like, if finals are coming up and if I'm going to jail, I need to know if I'm going to jail. So I started asking around, and no one knew anything. And then I went back down to the apartment, and the cleaning crew was there. And I was like, okay, they're kind of cleaning the apartment. And I said, I figure, let me just ask.
You guys see my meth?
So I asked, I was like, do you guys find anything weird here when you've been cleaning up? And they kind of looked at me, and they're like, no. I was like, okay, are you sure you didn't find anything weird while you were cleaning? No, we didn't find anything weird. Okay. Was this your apartment? Yeah. Did you do the fridge thing? All right, I got to go. So I left. I found out from one of my neighbors that later that evening that cleaning crew left the apartment that they were cleaning, got pulled over by the cops, and had a shitload of meth in their car.
All right.
And that's the last I ever heard of it. Because Nikki and I just assumed that it was theirs, that they were hiding in the apartment.
And then they
the-
clean stuff that no college student is going to go change their filters or anything. So why not hide meth up in there? And
I just bought a house. I just learned that we have filters. So I didn't go to jail, fortunately. But those cleaning people sure did.
But you talked about animal games like Ein ripping off the carpet.
Yeah.
And my last apartment, River and Skies game, was seeing how high they could make deep claw marks in the door frame.
Do they do that thing where they stand up on their legs and put their claws up on the... Yeah.
Or jump and do it. So
Really?
like there were claw marks as high as my head, just all up and down the door frame. The one to the guest room and the one to the bedroom. I mean, just like if I'd just taken a knife and just carved from the height I could reach down to the floor, just everywhere. So in order to get our deposit back, my dad and I had to like wood putty the shit and paint that all over again because the cats ruined it.
Did you get your deposit back?
Yeah, I did.
I've never gotten a deposit back, ever.
Landlord was super cool. Plus, it was the first time it had been unoccupied in like 10 years, so he was gonna tear the carpets up and shit like that. So he didn't care how fucked up it was.
There was definitely meth in that one.
Yeah. I was mad I left all my meth there.
I like to imagine that you drove those people to get hooked on meth in the first place. Like they saw,
I did, yeah.
They saw the condition of the fridge, and they're like, "I don't have the energy for this."
And I just strolled up, and I was like, "Oops!" A brick of meth. I don't know. A brick of meth falls out of my pocket.
My energy drug that you smoke and or snort. I don't know.
I'm sorry, it's not in its regular balloon. I don't know. I'm okay not knowing how you buy meth or what it looks like. I just imagine it kind of looks like batteries.
I know what it looks like because I've seen Breaking Bad. It's
Looks like blue rock candy.
yeah, blue rock.
I've seen a meth pipe, but I've never actually seen real meth.
You smoke it, I guess, and I think there are other ways you can
Crystal meth.
you can chew it up like
Man.
like tobacco. Yeah.
When I was a kid, we went to Rock City, Arkansas, and I got some rock candy there, and I had a really weird experience.
And you stayed up for 6 days.
I might have a problem.
Rock candy and Super Mario RPG.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're
Kills people. Yeah.
Rock candy, not even once. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Josh, it's been what's been up? When's the last episode you've been on? It's been like a year.
You're forgetting what you look like, so it's good to see you. It's
Oh
good
yeah,
to see you.
I have a beard. Sometimes I wear glasses. Not today.
Not today.
No, it's good to be back. Yeah, I don't really have a good excuse. I guess Nicole's been hogging all the mic time.
I don't know. I feel like Nicole's been doing a really good job, and you've just kind of been absent. That's kind of how I feel.
An absent husband. Sorry.
No, you've been there for her. You're an absent friend.
It's even worse.
Are you going to tell a story?
No, I wasn't going to.
Oh.
Do you have a story?
You don't have a meth story, Josh?
I will tell a landlord story.
Excellent.
I have never.
Yeah, I just turned you up on the board. Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't notice that.
I've never broken a lease, and I've always gotten back my deposits.
Damn.
But whenever I was in college, I had a 1-bedroom apartment that I shared with my friend, and we had 2 twin beds in the 1 bedroom. And the landlord there was fucking nuts. When we first moved in, we went together to look at this 1-bedroom apartment. So, of course, she assumes that we're lesbians. So she,
Well, naturally, you college-age girls living together, definitely lesbians.
But like 1950s lesbians, separate beds. Like Dick Van Dyke or...
well, she kept asking us. She asked us, like, whenever we were...
Yummy pussy.
No, she asked us, like, 4 times how we were going to get 2 beds in there. She, like, 4 different times.
Are you sure she wasn't a lesbian? Just like trying to be like, so what time you guys go to bed? Don't put curtains up. Don't do that. Bad idea.
You can't put many vibrators in these closets. I don't know.
But she had all the normal landlord rules, and she wasn't too bad until I moved out and my friend was there by herself. Like, I had moved out and my friend stayed for another year by herself in the 1-bedroom apartment. And she just went nuts. Like, at one point, she called my friend and asked her how many people she had living in the apartment. Like, how many people you got living in there? This water bill is out of control because our water was included.
Yeah.
But the whole time that we both lived there, like, she never said anything. And then the worst part was, after I had moved out, I got a dog. And then one time I went to see her and I took the dog, and I just picked her up and we left and we went to the park and took the dog and blah, blah, blah. And the dog, like, never even went in the apartment.
Yeah.
But she or her husband or one of the other tenants or somebody had seen me meet her there with a dog.
I had visual confirmation that you had
Right.
a dog.
I didn't even live there. Dog never went inside. And she, like, wouldn't give her back her deposit. And she was like, I'm going to have to change the blinds. I'm going to have to, like...
Just looking for reasons
Just
to
doing
keep
all...
the
Like, it
closet.
was just insane shit. Like, you're going to have to change all the blinds because the dog walked by the outside. It was fucking ridiculous. So, we were the only ones to have bad experiences with her.
Ugh.
Yeah, I feel like landlords, especially in Murray, Kentucky, are especially crazy.
I can see like getting frustrated with just college kids fucking you over time after time
Yeah,
after time after time.
they deal with a lot of me's. So it's like I can kind of understand.
I've got a landlord story for you, Josh. If you want to, I'll start it and you pick off once you remember what I'm talking about. Whenever, first of all, it was Jacob and our friend Jay Brent who lived in this shitty apartment behind a Dairy Queen. It was basically built on sticks and just made of press board. And it was $200 a month, so we'd split it $100 each. Cause that 2 bedrooms.
It was $200 a month, but it was like $600 in electric bills.
Somebody must have been stealing the electricity. It was fucking terrible. But like Jay Brent moves out, I move in. When I move out, Josh moves in. Jacob moves out, leaving Josh there by himself, and then Josh is moving out. And Jacob assumes Josh is going to close out all the accounts for the apartment.
I guess, yeah. Because
I don't feel like this ends well.
No, it ends with Jacob like owing a shit ton of money.
Like
to, like collect.
$700. Because Josh just like leaves.
No, I like told the landlord, I was like, my name was on none of that shit. Like, I wasn't even on the
Yeah, he didn't
the
transfer
lease.
anything to you.
So like my name wasn't in anything. So why would I have?
Because it's Jacob's funny.
Well, that would have been fine had Jacob been like, "Hey man, don't forget to shut this shit off. But it never happened. I just assumed he would take care of it.
Could you have it shut it down anyway?
Probably not, no.
The utility's like, nice try, Josh. You can't just go around shutting people's utilities down.
We're keeping electricity in there for the next 7 months. We don't give a shit. Because I remember I just got like a super angry call from Jacob one day. It's like, yeah, I just got a call from like collections saying I owed the electric company $700. I called Josh and he was like, oops. What'd you do, Jacob? I fucking paid it. Josh didn't do shit. He didn't care. He just said, oh, oops, sorry.
Sorry, Jay. I think I've already told my story about getting offered drugs, or getting paid in drugs, rather, for giving a guy a ride home. That was just because it was this shitty apartment complex right behind the Dairy Queen.
Oh, God, that whole complex was terrible.
It was a fun experience though as a whole. So,
there was a shed behind my old apartment. I used to live above a barber shop in Murray, and back behind there was this fucking shed.
It was that a fucking shed?
It's a fucking shed. I mean, it probably was. Which never really got my attention because there's a house right there. There's a house and then there was a shed. And then I learned that there was a dude living in the shed. And like he would always come out trying to sell me jars of liquid. Like I saw him. I lived in that place for a couple of years.
What is that? What do you want it to be?
Exactly. He was like, what is that? I made it. Goodbye.
I hope Sean McAvoy knows because he lived in the house like right beside that too. I hope he knows. I hope he knows who that was. And I used to buy all sorts of like that stuff from him. You talk about Noid?
Yo,
Noid.
Yes, please.
Dave, do you hear that?
I do hear that. It sounds like
Fucking Josh and mommy.
it sounds like a landlord having angry sex with Josh train.
Yep. I didn't think you'd get that one. I'm
Yeah,
glad you did.
I do. Well, I think about it a lot. It just came to mind. That's my go-to fantasy when I really need to get going. I'm like, man, all right, take Josh.
You're
and
just a
landlord.
little bit angry though.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit angry. That never goes away.
It's when anytime I cost you just a little bit of money or more, just,
Hey man, you and I are cool. You've never cost me any money. But if you ever cost me $700 or more, at least say you're sorry. I do hear that trade.
Predicated with an oops, just to make sure it was completely by accident.
I do hear that train, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. I just would like to mention that the last inspection on this train was 1 month ago by X201.
Damn.
Who says, "Yo, Noid, known in Japan as Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru, which literally translates to Masked Ninja Hanamaru." Do you guys know anything about this?
They reskinned a game.
Yeah.
Domino.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. I didn't know about this until I read this Wikipedia entry. This is actually pretty interesting stuff because I was reading it. I thought I was being trolled on Wikipedia. I was like, really? It's a 2D action platform game developed by Now Production and published by Capcom for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The game was first released in Japan on March 16th, 1990, and was localized in the United States to promote the Noid, a claymation mascot of Domino's Pizza in the late 1980s. The game is also released as part of Nintendo's PlayChoice 10 series and featured in the Japanese TV show Game Center CX. They talk about the differences between Noid and Masked Ninja Hanamaru.
They both have pizza eating contest, obviously.
We can decide up front how far down this rabbit hole we want to go because I feel like this is one of those Wikipedia rabbit holes because here's the first thing. Both games use the modified engine of Wagonland, and Wagon Land is a link. Like I feel like this is a thing we just just keep following links, and that's the episode.
We get the TV tropes, and that's just
exactly. It shared and they shared the same gameplay. Hanamaru / Noid has no life meter and loses a life by either making contact with an enemy or running out of time. They talk about this mechanic that I did not even know existed, where I knew when I was playing this game that I'm collecting scrolls and stuff, but I didn't
the
know.
ninja thing makes a lot more sense.
Because I was like, am I like a Noid wizard? Or I don't understand why I'm collecting scrolls. And it also turns out that Hanamaru was a ninja with a hawk companion. So there are levels, or there is a level in Noid, which, spoilers, I didn't get to, where he's riding some kind of like gyroscopic air vehicle.
Yep.
The Flappy Birds level.
It's basically Flappy
It's Flappy Bird?
Yeah.
There in the original game, you're riding on the Falcon. It also explains the weird
In the
boss battles.
the ninja has a yo-yo.
I can try to verify that. I'm not sure. I assume the yo-yo makes a little more sense as well, because I honestly, until I played this game as a kid, never really considered a yo-yo a weapon.
I didn't until I played Earthbound.
Yeah.
And I thought they were shitty weapons. And then after my first playthrough, I never bought any more yo-yos on subsequent
But
playthroughs.
so are like any gun,
slingshots.
or any ranged weapons. Are just
Anything
suck,
that's not up there, a baseball bat or whatever sucks. But that explains us getting scrolls, and sometimes we would get special scrolls and nothing would happen.
You're right.
So
Did you figure out how to use them? Because I didn't.
Nope.
I pressed all the buttons, like when you get the little
Me too.
snowflake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
happens.
even tried
too.
like combinations of buttons. Didn't nothing. So
I looked it up, and apparently you're supposed to hold down B. You're supposed to hold it down until something
did not
happens.
try that.
Nope.
And it's supposed to be a screen clearer, which would have been an enormous boon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no indication.
I just can't believe they Domino's reskinned a Japanese game for their. Oh, and whoever. Okay, Domino's must have wanted this to happen, and then the team that made it didn't know anything about the Noid. Like, never watched a commercial. Didn't, because not based on the Noid.
Hey, watch these commercials. No.
No. We're gonna take your rabbit monstrosity and we're gonna put it over this ninja body. That's it. We don't give a shit. What Domino's, you guys do pizza? All right, we'll put pizza in there, and that's because you get
The pizza doesn't even look like pizza when they're eating it. It's like pizza.
Bagels.
bagel bites
Bagel
with like
bites.
a piece of one little cube of cheese on it. And bagel bites that you put in the microwave for like 30 seconds too long.
Okay. I want to talk about the pizza, because the pizza doesn't even make a fucking appearance in like the regular game.
Yeah.
Am I right? It's like,
Right.
does a pizza show up anywhere?
No.
Until you get to these like boss battles, which are it's like a Magic the Gathering tournament, where it's like you sit down next to. Well, you don't sit down. You stand across the screen from another Noid, and you guys like play cards, and then like
I've got a theory that they're in a communist country. They have those are vouchers. Those cards are pizza vouchers.
state issued pizza vouchers.
So whenever, like in the first few boss battles, the other Noid can run out of cards, and that he loses, you win.
He didn't work hard
So,
enough.
yeah,
that week.
exactly.
Man, my favorite thing about the boss battle is, besides the fact that you're just playing a like war, the card game, the shitty card game War.
Yeah.
The best thing about it is this is a game that I'm sure Domino's paid Capcom a good sum of money to reskin for the Noid. And in the background, there is a pizza shop. It doesn't say Domino's.
I didn't even think about
It
that.
just says pizza.
The only time you see Domino's is in the title
The very
screen.
beginning. And it's not even like in a fancy script, or it's not even the Domino's logo. It's just like in white black letters on a black screen. It says copyright 1990 Domino's. like you're not being subtle. Like
Capcom did like somebody's boss just wanted to make a buck, and the team was like, "Man, fuck these people. We've seen this ad campaign."
Yeah, because Pizza Hut had Ninja Turtles. There's all kinds of Pizza Hut stuff all over Ninja Turtles.
oh God, yeah.
And then this Domino's game, yeah.
Because I mean, the Noid is such an annoying ad campaign anyway. I don't get the appeal to that. I guess it was the answer for the California Raisins being claymation. Like that was the thing to do.
I had never heard of the Noid before this evening. we watched some YouTube videos of the commercials, but after watching it, my only reaction is, what the fuck is that?
You didn't like the pizza stomper?
Like, what the fuck is he? What is he?
He is. I just
An
assumed,
old man in a bunny costume?
Yeah, I kind of just assumed he was a dude who dressed up like a bunny or a moth.
Like what?
If you're a
And
Tick fan.
what's with the name? What does it mean? I'm what the fuck about everything.
Well, I brought this up before, but they canceled the ad campaign because a man named like Ed Noid,
No, it's Kenneth.
Ken Noid, was a schizophrenic man who always thought they were talking about him and telling people to not be his friend and things like that.
He took it as a personal attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so terrible.
Until he snapped and held up a Domino's.
Yep. For 5 hours one night. Yeah. And he had like huge demands. Yeah.
So we don't know what the Noid is. The Noid might be somebody that Kid Noid picked on when he was in like middle school. The guy was like, "Yeah, I know who," because he was always like eating the kid's pizza or something, and he got real mad about it.
Well, it's like Domino's they haven't done anything since then, right? Because like, do you think they were just like,
Their ad campaign
done.
now is apologizing for having shitty pizza. So, we heard your complaints and we're doing better. Granted, they did do better,
Yeah.
and their pizza is a lot better now than it used to be.
do you think
But-
Ed Pizza got really pissed off and held up a Domino's?
Because, oh man. Okay, the Noid, because he wants to ruin your pizza. That's what he does.
Right.
So why isn't he a game where he's like eating pizza? The Noid hates pizza, but he's engaging in Magic the Gathering
That would
card
have
eating.
made somebody create a new game.
Dude, oh God, I laughed my ass off when I finally got to one of those boss battles, and it was just random. I just finished the level where like I made it through the docks of New York City, and then all of a sudden the screen changes to pizza restaurant in the background, and like white type scrolls out. It's time for a pizza eating contest. I laughed for like 2 minutes. Nikki had to like come in and check on me because she's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I just don't think that I can. I don't think I could do this."
And there's never been any commercial evidence of there being multiple Noids, as opposed to like regional Noids who each.
The regional champions.
It's like every borough of New York has its own regional Noid pizza eating champion, and you're the red one, which is the shittiest pizza eating champion. You just have to like play the cards right to beat your opponent.
Yep.
Oh God.
Did anyone play this as a kid?
Nope.
I did. I rented it, and I want to say something. This is gonna. I was thinking about it on the way I was driving over, and I was like, I don't know that I want to say this in front of Nicole. I rented this game.
Women shouldn't have been given the right to vote.
Well, we'll talk about that later. As I was driving over, I was thinking, I remember renting Noid when I was a kid, and I hated it. I couldn't get past the first level.
First level, I think, is probably the hardest one.
It's fucking hard.
I had no trouble until one of the last levels, like first level and this one of the last levels.
But I actually liked it better as an adult. And I think it was just because I got to the pizza eating contest, which I never did as a kid. And I even had the thought as I was playing it until I got to a certain level where I was like, if I were about to be excommunicated to a small island that had a television and a game system, it could be whatever console I want, and there's electricity, and this is what I'm gonna I have to choose between 2 games I'm gonna play for the next 5 years, and they're like Banjo-Tooie or Yo Noid. I'm gonna go Yo Noid. And that's no lie. I'm not saying that for anything other than Man, I just want you to. I want to put in perspective how I really felt about Banjo-Tooie.
Well, Noid it's not a great game,
No.
but it's not a bad game
It's
either.
better than I expected,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's better than Beetlejuice. It's a fuck
It's
ton
a
better than
lot
Beetlejuice.
better than Beetlejuice, which is really sad.
Oh God, because I sat down, we started playing it, like we passed it around because we all died so many times on the first level, like these random fish. Because everything that touches you, that's it. You can't jump on anything. You only use your yo-yo and its random directions to kill stuff.
Well, anything coming from like left or right or anything, or even like swooping down on you from above, I feel like that's pretty easy to either avoid or
Because you can see it. You got time.
But yeah, those fucking fish that just come up from the bottom
Out of nowhere.
They come up so quickly that you do not have time to jump out of the way. Like the Noid is not fast enough to physically get out of the way.
It's all that pizza he eats.
Yeah.
What was the intro explaining the story of the game at the beginning?
And said the city has been overrun with
I
something
think monsters, maybe.
led by Mr. Green. And the mayor, spelled incorrectly, knows that the Noid is the only one who can save them.
The Noid with his crazy inventions.
Yeah.
So it's just like this mayor he tries to get pizza all the time because I'm the only person who can save us.
Are you a bad enough Noid to save the man?
His crazy inventions like a skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said
he
just
gets
the
a-
yo-yo, but he gets the skateboard and then
And
a
the gyro
Pogo
stick.
stick and the gyrocopter.
Didn't make it to those. I made it to skateboard level and I was done. Like that's where I stopped. It took me a long time to get the skateboard level.
Yeah.
I thought this game was difficult.
Yeah.
And that honestly, in all honesty, that's one of the reasons why I would choose this game to like spend some time on, because I enjoyed the challenge of the game, but
It wasn't bullshit difficult. It was just hard.
yeah, it was one of those things where it's like I felt like if I spent some time, I could figure this game out. Like I could learn like when to do things, when not to do things, and I could actually finish it.
There was one part of this game that actually really impressed me. It's because this is a 2D platforming game. You start on the left, you walk to the right. But did you know that you could go back? Like,
Yeah, but the scrolls and stuff are gone when you do that.
well, yeah.
I didn't know that,
But
but-
still.
But still, yeah, you can go back.
backtrack, which is unheard of in a 2D platforming game like this, especially NES.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty rare. You usually had the black screen that
Yeah.
just was the boundary of
Right.
the known universe.
Because I think there was one 4-scroll level in like an amusement park where the ponies would turn into men and vice versa.
Yeah, there was some weird stuff.
It's not
The-
weird. That's a thing now, Nicole. Like,
the
that's
mouse,
a whole like
the
sexual-
mouse on a balloon that poops skulls, trying to come down on you. The haunted tin cans in the cave level.
There was a mouse that throws like 3 beer bottles out every
Yeah,
time
he
like,
jumps out of a
in.
bucket.
In case you were wondering, they didn't bother to change enemies when they localized the game.
Yeah, I figured.
That makes sense.
Pretty much, it says what they changed was they changed the sprite from a masked ninja to the Noid, and then they added the three screen intro where the mayor asked the Noid. That's it. That's all they did. And
So the ninja does a pizza eating contest.
they added that, but there is a card battle, and
okay.
they said that they changed some of the music because they wanted it to sound more American.
So shittier because the music is not very good.
I like
It's
the
not
music.
I
horrible.
didn't like
Yeah,
it.
it's okay.
I noticed it. Like usually I don't notice music in games, but I noticed it and I was kind of like,
Yeah, especially in the
moving my
first level.
shoulders along to it.
What else is there to say? I would have appreciated boss battles as opposed to just walking to the end of a level, eating pizzas, and
Well,
that
That is a boss battle.
I would have at
Is
least
there-
like a big flying mouse pooping skulls.
Is the card game, is it random? Like we couldn't figure out any rhyme or reason to
Oh, I don't know.
the number of cards you get and like what cards you get. Like
See-
because it always seemed like your opponent had better cards.
Yeah.
Every time.
I assumed that what was happening was as you picked things up in the level, those are the cards you got. But because there is like a scroll with the Roman numeral 2 on it.
Right.
In
And
the
which
level.
is like a power up you get. Yeah.
And then it shows up as a card when
Yeah.
you're in the pizza eating contest.
Yeah, I did notice those, but I was thinking like the number of cards and the numerical number on those cards. I couldn't figure out, what that was. I was thinking maybe the scrolls had something to do with it, maybe your points, but there's
How you
no-
got pepper and hot sauce
Yeah.
and shit
Well,
like that.
I think that's the stuff that you picked up
Yeah.
in the level, because it's like there's a column of cards on the left, and I think those are the cards that you pick up in the level. And honestly, I just assumed that the small scrolls you picked up in the level had some bearing on what cards you got at the end. But then I found out that those little scrolls just fill up your ninja magic meter. Like whenever you hold down B, if we
Yeah.
would have ever figured that out, which I never ever
because
did.
it changes to a snowflake. So like you mentioned, it was like a full screen wipe, but I don't know how up and up you are on your Noid lore. But in one of the commercials, he uses like this ice machine to try to freeze one of the Domino's pizza, but he can't obviously
He
because
tries to freeze a pizza.
yeah he has this ice machine.
Is it running away or something, or he just wants to make
just-
it cold?
It's supposed to make your pizza cold.
Well, he's a
Doesn't he know
villain.
some people like pizza cold?
I prefer pizza cold, so I am pro Noid.
the Noid is a villain, and obviously, like in this game, now he is an anti-hero.
yes.
So is he the first anti-hero? Maybe.
Would you say he's your favorite anti-hero?
I prefer cold pizza unless it's a Little Caesars pizza. Then, in which case, the Noid fucking gets that one.
That's not even
fine.
pizza.
Man, I don't know what it is. Like, it's okay hot, but man, when that pizza gets cold, it is
Well, it's not ready.
garbage. It's no longer
It's
hot and
it's
ready.
hot and ready, and then it's cold,
and
it's not
garbage.
Those are 50 cents. The cold and garbages. True facts. If you pull to the drive-thru, you're like, give me a cold and garbage. 50 cents.
50 cents. They're in the dumpster. Self-serve. Oh, man. I didn't beat it. We got pretty far.
I was impressed. I came over and I was like, didn't see that level. And then like you guys started doing a pizza eating contest, and I was like, damn, that I guess it was a white Noid. That white Noid has like a lot of pizza bubbles
He crushed
to
me.
fill in.
Crushed me.
So I knew you were pretty far.
I think even if you lose, you still get to keep going. You just don't get a ton of bonus points or
No.
extra lives.
No, you do not get to keep going.
Oh, you
He,
don't?
he makes that. They
No.
make that baseball reference for some reason.
Yeah, they
And-
say you're out of here. Get a pinch hitter.
Yep. And then you start the level over. You lose a life, start the level over
Oh, fuck.
from the beginning.
Fuck. I'm glad I quit then whenever you came over because I would have been pissed to have to do that all over again. Because I didn't know how you beat that one because the game is basically whoever has the higher number, you get that, you eat that bonus pizza and fill up a bubble bar. And either if your opponent runs out of cards, you win, or if you fill up all of your bubbles, you win.
It's like the pizza ACTs, really.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of because
The pizza
there's-
teas.
Yeah, there's the bubbles that fill up as you eat pizza, and I was like, okay, it's like the pizza ACTs. Every Noid has to take this.
I mean, I expected to really shit super hard on it.
I did too.
It's got some stupid stuff in it, but it's not awful. It's not awful.
I think it's because I'm coming off the tail end of Beetlejuice, honestly, because like I can't help but make a direct comparison to Beetlejuice.
LJN makes worse shit than a corporation buying a game and reskinning it with a bullshit ad.
But at least they didn't change much, because like I feel like that's where they really could have fucked up. I feel like they really could have fucked this game up if they started changing a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Instead of just
It would have made sense if it was like pizzas for enemies because no, it's ruining the pizzas or some shit. But
I don't want to fight
No.
pizza though.
but you're the Noid. I mean, that's what the Noid
get
does.
it. I get maybe like the boss battles of pizza or something.
Right.
Or like, and you're like trying to configure the cards to invent something to destroy the pizza.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh shit. You guys have the achievements for Noid?
I do actually.
All right.
I get my phone.
Prepare for accordingly.
Okay. I got here's your gym badge, and that is win an pizza eating contest because that's what it reminded me of. You go from like town part like you've got this overworld map. You're going from like section to section,
Quote unquote New York City.
Yeah. You go to like you beat a level, fight the boss, which in my head was the gym. You beat the boss, the other colored Noid, and you get his gym badge.
Okay.
So, and my last one, pretty hard one to get, pretty hard achievement, and it is Lore Master Noid, and that is collect all scrolls in all levels.
Yeah, I tried to get that, which is a reason why it took me a long time to do this game. Because I didn't know what like the scrolls, like they kind of give you money too. There's money in this game, where it's like if you kill something, you get money. If you collect scrolls, you get money. I was like, all right, I probably need this money to like buy pizza cards or something like that.
You stop in at Domino's and resupply.
Yeah, never use the money.
Because one of you said, like, maybe it's receipts. They're just curled up receipts that you're grabbing out of the
At the end of the game, you meet the Domino's CEO. And you're like, turning in all your receipts.
The Noid gets audited.
Yeah. The fucking pizza auditor's the worst, too. Oh, I love that. Tyler?
I had one. He doesn't like pizza, and that is you lose a pizza eating match with getting no bubbles. You eat no pizzas at any point during pizza eating contest.
Nicole?
I don't have any.
I got one. I've got one, and it talks about the music. My achievement is, yo, MTV Rap. And in order to
I
unlock...
was about to say that, and I'm glad I didn't interrupt you.
And in order to unlock, yo, MTV Raps, you have to choose a song in the game. Because you'll probably hear it a lot. If you're not using save states, you will hear this fucking thing over and over and over again. What you need to do is that classic thing where you got to make up lyrics to the music. Did you guys ever do that? Mm-mm. Oh my God. I made up so many fucking lyrics just to like random 8-bit music.
I had a babysitter who, like the original Mario game, she would like hum and kind of make up lyrics to the Mario music. Yeah. I haven't thought about that in, how old am I now? 31. So like, yeah. So like,
How old am I? 26. Yeah, sounds right.
That is a good opportunity for all of us to be like, how old am I?
yeah.
28.
Wait.
Great. Life's pretty good.
Yeah, no, all right.
Yeah.
Tyler?
Yes, Dave.
I've had fun talking about you, Noid. I've had fun talking about you, Noid. I've got a few questions before we stop talking about Noid, which already fucked up. And
We didn't get the
is-
achievement for the episode.
Yeah, shit. Well, I guess we got to do like 220
We got to do it
more
over again.
episodes.
Start over.
If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
When you bite into a piece of pizza and think you've taken a full bite and withdraw your mouth from the piece of pizza, but the cheese is still attached and the hot cheese falls all over your mouth and dangles off like a really shitty, burny, greasy beard. That's
pretty good. That's pretty good. I've had that beard before. That's a beard I can grow right there. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
This is the part I was like, fuck. Whenever you get a bunch of pizza grease in your eye. Because when I sat down,
You're done.
Not only did I realize I didn't make an intro story, I was like, fuck, I didn't make achievements. All right, well, the beer one's pretty easy. Glasses.
Well, you eat a pizza upside down and the cheese dangles in your eyes.
When you eat the piece of truth pizza, you can see things for as they really are.
All right. Okay. I was always, as a kid, I always wanted the Noid to show up in a Ninja Turtles episode.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
But they, that would been good cross promotion. Like when you have those Marvel and DC episodes of comics, you got those pizza Domino's crossover games.
I got another question, and this is for everybody. Everybody who wants to play. I want to know how much this game is on Amazon.
Ooh.
If you were to buy this game right now, used on Amazon, how much do you think you would pay for it? Price is Right rules, of course.
I'd never heard of this. I think it'd be kind of expensive just because I bet not a lot of people went out and like, fuck yeah, I gotta get that Noid game. My kid won't stop talking about how much he loves those commercials. So I'm gonna say $27.
$27. Josh, what do you think?
How much is like a large
Pizza.
large like one time like 11
$10.99.
12, yeah, okay, 11
Something like
bucks.
that. $11.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, please remember your totals because I already forgot Tyler's. All it took was for me to say, to just throw a figure out there, like $10.99. It's just like my memory of all numbers was erased. Nicole, what do you think?
I'm gonna say
$26.99. You bitch.
I was gonna say $26. No, you said 27. It's very serious. I'm gonna say 28.
$28?
$28,
Okay, so
alright.
$28 from Nicole, the price of a large pizza from Josh. And Tyler, I'm sorry, I totally forgot your-
$27.
$27.
Nicole even said it again.
Look, dude, I was like trying to facilitate this awesome like large pizza joke.
During this bit, you're so focused on Amazon, we all just sound 27.
Look, I couldn't forget. I had to reference the large pizza again. I couldn't forget that. Everyone
I
listening.
think we figured out the number that just shuts Dave down.
We know it's the activation code.
Well, you're all wrong, bitches. Actual retail price of Noid used for the NES on Amazon at the time of this recording is $6.99. How did no one go low? Like this game was shitty. I don't know, $2.
There's a lot of shitty games that just didn't sell with or worth a lot of money
Yeah.
now. That's what I would have thought it was.
I was honestly like when I saw the price, I was like, okay, that's pretty low. Like that's like probably lower than I would find it at a retail store.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Do you guys know, like, do they just sell this game just regular? I want them so badly to have sold it at Domino's so you could, like, order it with your pizza and have it delivered.
I never saw this game for sale. I saw it for rent, which is what I did as a kid. But
It was
I
only
never
available
saw it
at
for sale.
NES's in Domino's, and like when they had TVs you could play. and
The
shit.
Play Choice 10, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to think that you could just call up Domino's and order your pizza and order the game, and they would just bring it both to
It was unwisely taped to the bottom of every 1 in 100 pizza boxes.
Crudely with electrical tape. It's taped to the inside and bottom lid. You open it up. Oh, boy.
Just grease just runs out of it.
Kids, we got a video game.
Dave, I got a little question for you.
Yeah?
Segment we haven't done in a long time.
Oh, okay.
Dave,
Yes.
where are they now?
All right, awesome.
Domino's. Because they're a publisher we haven't talked about before.
Well, I mean, I just had a pizza from Domino's probably about, this is scary, probably longer than a month ago. Man, Marco's moved into town and they straight got my pizza business.
Yeah.
They're too expensive.
They are expensive. They're super expensive. I don't give a fuck because it's like, man, I crave it. I need that Marco's because anytime Nikki mentions, you want to get pizza? I'm like, yes, I do. And I can't think of anything but Marco's. You bring home something that's not Marco's, I'm going to be disappointed because the whole time I'm eating it, I'm going to be thinking about Marco's. It's ruined me. That thick Marco's cock just ruined me on a regular pizza.
I don't need your average Domino's
No.
or your
No.
short but sort of thick Pizza Hut. I need just a long, uncut Marco's.
Uh-huh.
I like Marco's or Michael's in town. I think are really, really good.
Michael's is good. Michael's...
We have to talk about garbage
let's
food
talk about-
every episode.
Welcome to the next 2 hours of this episode where we talk about local pizza joints.
I don't eat Papa John's anymore. Period.
Oh
Period.
no, fuck.
It's not very good.
No.
Papa John is a fucking epic dick, and like I pretty much have just got used to my constant like situation of diarrhea, but like Papa John's intensifies that situation tenfold, and it's unbearable. Papa John's just no way.
I'm really trying to think of a way to wedge in my awesome big Papa John's joke again, but I'm at a loss.
I could take some calls.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
We didn't do the new Amazon price. I
don't think there is one.
No?
Yeah, because nothing's listed.
You cannot, man. All right,
$0.
So that's the grail. Find an
Priceless.
unopened copy of Yo Noid.
Quote unquote grail.
Grail.
I mean, don't like commit suicide over it or anything. Like if you can't find it, it's not a big deal.
You could trade that for a large specialty pizza at Domino's. Trade it for a spicy Hawaiian.
$10.99.
$10.99. Well, it's an American Legends. Those are like $16.99 unless they're discounted. Domino's is the only place that'll deliver out here.
You still got that Parmesan bread bites card?
I do. Because somebody fucked up our order and gave us a free Parmesan bread bites card. They never asked for it.
That was a mistake.
So,
How long ago was that? Like 3 years?
Years we've used this card. Like I have it just in case they ask for it. They never ask for it. They know like if you ask for it,
Yeah.
it's like, sure, here's your card. It's also your tip.
Yeah, what driver? No driver's going to be like, hey, give me that card. Guys, we have a lot of calls. Lots of calls.
All right.
Lots and lots of calls.
And we didn't plow through most of them. We took 4 the last all call-in
We got
show.
lots of calls. We are overflowing. Here's a call from 651.
Motherfucking TADPOG. Cody here.
What's up, Cody?
I just listened to the all call in show. So it was a Monday show. I listened to it on a Tuesday because I was hammered Monday. So I just wanted to call in. I heard Jay say he wants to set up the barricade. I mean, I'm down. So this is me calling to say what's up, and I'm back, bitches. I'm gonna get something done. I was making you guys a TADPOG video game in the style of Final Fantasy, JRPG sprite based, but yeah, that's a lot of work, and we got time for that. I got The Witcher 3 to play, you know. All right, guys. And as I forgot who said it on the calls, keep your dick up. Peace out.
Thanks, Cody.
Thanks for calling to say you're going to call back a whole lot.
Guess who calls next?
Motherfucking TADPOG! Cody again. Now, I know I just called, so I just want to keep the barricade alive, but I actually have a question this time. I was thinking about, what's some good questions, just some raunchy ass shit.
Yes.
And I came
Nicole's
up with
favorite.
a would you rather.
Yes, great.
Would you rather bury your face into a dead raccoon's asshole, like just fucking deep in it, nose all penetrating and everything, or take a shot of fucking skunk juice? And you'd have to milk the skunk yourself, but you milk that skunk into a fucking shot glass and just down it. Or would you rather bury your face in a dead raccoon's asshole? All right, I'm thinking I might just have to bury my face in the rat's asshole because I don't know if I can't even do a shot of alcohol without gagging. I'd probably want to die. So leave that there, and I'll probably call tomorrow with some more fucked up shit for you guys. All right.
Thanks, Cody.
Dead raccoon's asshole. No doubt. No
Dead
question.
raccoon's
Dead
asshole?
You can close your eyes, hold
Yeah.
your breath, and just smear your face around in it. Like, you're going to taste and feel that skunk juice for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with the dead raccoon's asshole.
You've convinced me. Although there is a raccoon who lives in the dumpster at work, and this thing is fucking frightening because, like, everyone. Here's my thing. That raccoon is rabid. It just is. It just is. There's no way that it's not rabid.
Functionally rapid.
because like raccoons don't come out during the fucking day, right? And that's the only
Rarely,
time I
yeah.
see this fucking thing. It's like it's in the dumpster. I remember the first time and it's right by the door to like lead in the back entrance to work, which is the way that I always go in. So I walk in, I hear this rattling, and I look in. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And there's this fucking raccoon there. He's got like a soda can in his paws. He's like, hissing at me. Oh God! And I walk in, and I'm like, there's the guy who operates the forklift. I'm like, there's like a really mad raccoon out there. Oh yeah, he comes. I see him in the morning. He comes out of the sewer. And he just ambles into the dumpster and takes whatever he wants. I'm like, okay, should we call animal control or something? No, he's friendly. Okay, and I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be the whistleblower who like comes and like they gas this like raccoon in the fucking dumpster. But I was like, I'm thinking about it.
All the
because-
forklift operators, like, next day are just staring you down.
yeah.
No,
Tears.
they don't gas it. They'll fucking come and just straight up shoot it. I've had this happen whenever I was a delivery guy for Pizza Hut.
Really?
Yeah, so pizza related story.
The enemy.
I might have might have already told the story, but yeah, we had the like dump truck came, took the like all the garbage in this big garbage bin and like left the raccoon. I don't know how the hell he was in there when it came.
filter.
Yeah. I don't know how the hell he held on, but he did. But he was like partially crushed, so he was like just dragging himself around,
fun, yeah.
like, kissing.
He's like the Terminator.
So like it was probably I probably worked with like 80% women, and they were all, oh no, poor raccoon, and
They were robots. I wish everyone else could have seen your robot hands that you did.
Because they were all marionette old women. Like, oh no, it's a raccoon.
so we call animal control. Oh no, it's not their problem. They don't handle wild animals. That's why they told us. So we call the police, and they come out there. Like the officer grabs it and like tosses it out and like pulls out his gun and fucking shoots it.
While it's in the air, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
like old West style. He's fanning a hammer.
You tell those pussies over animal control to fuck off.
Fucking Clint Eastwood showed up and killed a raccoon.
We don't deal with wild animals. We just shoot strays that people bring to the Humane Society.
My manager started crying whenever like she heard the gunshot.
Oh, our county of burn.
I see this raccoon. I see my work's raccoon like sometimes at lunch when I'm driving home at like 1 in the afternoon, and it is like walking down the road. It looks like some kind of undead creature because it's just like hobbling down the road, and it's like one time I didn't know what to do, so like there's a stop sign. It's like we're going the same direction, and it's like I don't know. I thought maybe I could talk to it or something. I rolled the window down, and I was like. And I just heard it breathing. And I was like,
Maybe your Doolittle kicking right now.
it needs to work right now. And I rolled the window down, and this motherfucker just going down the road. And it was like,
It's almost like the Tony Soprano of raccoons.
and it's like every time I mention something, it must be like the mascot at work or something. Because I mentioned it not only to the forklift operator, but like my director. I was like, hey, I think that raccoon in the dumpster has rabies. Everyone laughs like it's the funniest. Like I just told them the funniest joke. Oh, Dave. And it's like, I just don't want to like have to go to the hospital and get like a series of like 26 shots in my stomach.
Look at the pure blood red thinking he doesn't have rabies either. Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, Cody. Hey, I got a question for you, Cody. All right, so the taste of alcohol makes you gag, but you didn't go to work Monday because you were fucked up? Were you like rocking that?
Him taking shots and just or does he like turn bottle of wine like up his ass like Steve-O in the Jackass movie?
I don't know. I hope it wasn't rock candy, Cody. Not even once. All right, let's see. We got a text message. This is from 270, which is a local area code, who says, Hey Tadpog, period. What's the worst game you've ever played? Whether it's gameplay, story, or any other reason. Personally, it would be Unlimited Saga. Piss poor gameplay and mechanics, lack of any real animation, and I dropped 60 for this turd.
Oh, man.
Only thing going for it was the art style, and that wasn't the greatest. The Saga series was a favorite of mine, and for it to be tossed in the crapper like that was a sad day. Anyway, keep up the good work, guys.
Well, the Saga series is now Candy Crush because that's trademarked.
They trademarked it, yep. Tried to sue the Banner Saga for their use of the word saga. Man, Beetlejuice was a recent memory. That's the worst game I've played.
I know, it's tough, right? Because I feel like I play a lot more shitty games than the average person does. Just because of the show.
Yeah.
And because I don't like N64 games at all.
Yeah, Nicole sent me a text the other day that was just like, trying to be reasonable, but tell me that I was wrong.
No, I just
Yeah.
you have to think about it like I was just trying to say you are looking at this console
You are wrong.
and thinking
You
how
asshole.
crappy it is because you don't have nostalgia for it. And that's how I look at Super
The
Nintendo
SNES games. I get it.
I'm just like, no, not doing anything for me.
I get it. I do. I get that. And it's like, that's why as often as possible, I try to say, like, I know that I don't like these games because I have no emotional or like chronological.
Yeah. But I imagine you like
Temporal
Chrono Trigger
connection to
or
it.
Earthbound more than we've liked anything on this top 25 list so far.
That was just to pacify us, I think.
I mean, I don't know. You know how long it took me to like slug through those games that you made me play.
Chrono Trigger you did
I
fairly.
liked Chrono Trigger. Mostly just I like Chrono Trigger mostly just the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's really hard. It's really hard to go back and be like, I can't tell what any of these things on the screen are actually supposed to look like. That's how I feel looking at
Like
Super
I've
Nintendo
enjoyed
games.
some NES games more than I have the N64 games. Which that's also like they're still not perfecting the technology that the Super Nintendo had perfect. So I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know. I guess I didn't grow up playing 3D games. Maybe it's just 3D platformers too.
yeah, I think it's easier to say, oh, but I also like NES games. Because, like, I mean, that's still, a 2D game.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, for me as a kid growing up, I mean, the SNES got introduced when I was, like, 10 years old. So that means that I got, like, 3 to 4 years of solid NES time, which I loved the fucking NES. And then the Super Nintendo came out, and I didn't get one when it first came out, but my friends had SNES and Genesis, and eventually I got one. And I love those still. There was something about, and I will say this too, the N64 just got like the worst of both worlds because like not only is it the start of 3D games, but the PlayStation came out and like did it so much better. Like I feel like that is like the big thing for me is that I did have a PlayStation and I remember playing those games, going back to them. They're fucking awful, but at least they had like the developers had the space where they could actually like take advantage of 3D technology.
Yeah, N64 was just gimping itself with the hardware. So
And it's not, I don't feel like it's the developer's fault. Like, honestly, I'm glad this was brought up because I would love to see Banjo-Tooie, like Conker's Bad Fur Day, like what would it have been like on the PlayStation? Because I guarantee you it would have been better than it was on the N64. Just because they could have like actually done voice acting and stuff. And
we could challenge ourselves and make a like top 10 list of our PlayStation nostalgia games.
I like that idea.
Revisit them and see what we think.
I love
how
that
we
idea.
feel now.
But it's weird that you bring that up because I was just thinking based on, I think Sandwich Pope Phil had made a comment where we should do like Genesis games.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that we've done one Genesis game, Beyond Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it'd be interesting to also like put a list together of like Genesis games that we either love or think we will love, and then play through that once this N64.
Really, the
list
only
is
Genesis
done.
game that I can think that I really want us to play that I love, and I think I sit down and I will still love it, is Shining Force 2.
There are a lot of cross-platform games that you guys have played that I remember because I had a Genesis before I had a Super Nintendo, and a lot of the games that I had were games that are also for like Mortal Kombat, Jurassic Park, Death and Return of Superman, stuff like that.
That's what I was going to say. We got to do Jurassic
Maximum
Park.
Carnage.
We
Yeah.
have to do Jurassic Park because that was a different game. Like that, for every iteration of Jurassic Park, it was different. The wildly different one was the Genesis version because, of course, you could play as Raptors. Everyone knows.
Of course.
It's over there on my shelf. I had a pretty good Genesis haul a few weeks ago.
We haven't done a Sonic game. I know Echo the Dolphins
that's
on our
crazy.
list. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. We haven't done a Sonic game. We're like past 200 episodes. Our logo is a parody of the Sonic logo. We haven't even. I think if you tally the number of times the word Sonic's been mentioned, it's in reference to the restaurant more often than the video game.
Man, I dread doing Sonic the Hedgehog just because I know how I'm going to feel about Sonic the Hedgehog playing.
I think
do
it's
it
fun.
again.
Hey, look, if you're worried about pissing people off, don't, because clearly we were already doing that with the N64 list. So let's just keep digging that ditch.
Yeah. There are just a few gems on the N64 list I'm interested on playing again and seeing how they go. Of course, I want to play Banjo-Kazooie.
I
Because,
don't.
I
Because
mean-
I'm so scared. I am so scared that I'm not gonna like it, and then the internet is gonna revolt. Like all of a sudden,
The internet has fucking set that bar. The internet was just like, man, way before I ever had a chance to play this game, that bar was set fucking tip top. Like, this game had better be the reason to buy and own an N64.
and I get and I'm also worried because Nicole, I know you love Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna happen. I can almost guarantee it, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna hurt really bad because I love Earthworm Jim. And Tyler and Josh do not love Earthworm Jim, and it's so difficult to be but it's got this thing, and it sucks. If it's got this thing, that also sucks. So I just want to let you know that I'm trying to mentally prepare you because man, I really don't want to play it. I'd rather not play it. Can I just be the guy who comes in and be like, okay, tell me about this game? Because
I'm gonna have to lie and say Dave, it was everything they said it was.
that would be great. No, that would actually ease my.
I'm still hard.
That would ease my worries because I am really, really anxious about playing this game because the biggest fan. We're going to be recording it with the biggest fan, and then I know the internet backlash it's going to be awful because, you said in the last episode, I love, by the way, how we continue to build up. Banjo-Kazooie. You mentioned the last episode that everyone's I understand you didn't like Banjo-Tooie, but wait till you get to Banjo-Kazooie.
Yep.
You're gonna love it.
Yep.
You're gonna love it. There's no way you won't like it. It's fuck.
All right. Challenge accepted. I can't wait to revisit Ocarina of Time. See how I feel about that.
You said it pretty much right.
Yeah.
I know.
Proud-
First one,
very
where'd you
proud of
say
you.
it right?
Ocean Arena of Time.
Or I think Oracina is the favorite one.
Majora's Mask, which that was what bricked me on my All Zelda challenge. GoldenEye, which I haven't played in forever.
It's another one I'm going to piss the internet off with.
No.
I've never liked that game, and it's going to be even worse playing it in 2015.
It just escort missions, man. Just all the great.
See, I'm not I hated the single player back then. Back when it was the hot thing. I hated the
the
single
multiplayer
player.
was good. We played way more multiplayer than we did single player. Yeah.
I remember us playing tons and tons of multiplayer. Then everybody goes to bed I'm going to try this out. Nope, I'm going to bed too. You taking another call or no?
Nah, I got to go. I have to leave. I'm sorry. I'd like to take another call, but can't.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for coming on, you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
I know it's past your bedtime, Josh. I'm glad you're here.
I was gonna bitch like Dave.
What did I bitch about? How late it was? I did? I'm
You
sorry.
said you
I
had
didn't
to
mean
go.
to. Oh, yeah, I got to run a D&D game. Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't worry.
He doesn't want to go to bed or
No,
anything.
it's not sleep. Okay.
He wants to do something more fun.
I have an obligation to run a game that I've been late to my own game by 30 minutes the last 2 sessions. So I'm trying really, really hard to get home on time.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. So don't miss the next episode. We'll be talking about what's next. N64. Mario Party.
Which I have Nicole, and I assume maybe Josh too. I don't know. Did you know you guys bought Mario Party?
I did.
Okay, good. I've got you.
I was the one who physically purchased it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for procuring this for me because it was one that I put off buying, which was a mistake because I was like, I guess I could get this on eBay and it might come in the day after we have to record it.
Because this is supposed to be like after 2 years hiatus, the return of Tyler Dunnigan. So see how that goes.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Don't let us down, Dunnigan.
We still have 5-star iTunes reviews. Helps us out a lot. Biggest marketplace. We love it. A lot of people hate iTunes, hate Apple right now.
Yeah.
From being on the top of the world to now it's just like it's reviled by a lot of people. So I guess so goes Steve Jobs, so goes the goodwill. So but still they got the biggest dick, so to help us suck that dick.
Just like Marcos.
Reviews.
Two things Marcos and Apple have in common. That big old thick vein.
So what if there's a game you want us to play? If you want us to get to a Sonic game even quicker, put a 5-star review, write it down, put that game in there. If there's somebody you want on that episode, put their name down.
Yeah, let us know.
And we'll try to work it out. Whatever you put on there, we promise. We will get to it eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to have a party. What kind of party? A Mario party.
A fuck up our palm party.
In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there. They're doing a lot of cool shit. That is the best place to let us know how you feel about this particular episode. I really want to thank everybody for letting us know how they felt about our previous episodes on Facebook. We've had like a really good response on Facebook. So thank you for everybody who's doing that because it is really cool to hear that more often than not, your opinions aren't too different from mine. And maybe I don't need to worry about hating upcoming games as much as I do. You can find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Thank you for everybody who is retweeting us, particularly our episode posts, because that kind of spreads the word. You can call us if you want. If you want to call us and ask us what kind of wildlife we'd like to bury our face in, you can do that at 270-883-2555. If you leave a voicemail, try to keep it under 3 minutes. And if you leave a text message, I promise you I'll fuck it up. We do have a Patreon. If you'd like to give us some money, that's cool. We appreciate it. Very much so. You can find us at patreon.com/tadpog. Totally optional. Consider it a tip jar. And thank you for donating, everybody who's done so already.
Yes. How you want to close this out? Oh, I'm sorry, our theme song. Josh?
That would be Moves.
By whom? I'm giving you you're doing it all.
Sycamore
Make
Drive.
sure you remember it all.
A link to that can be found at on the show notes at tadpog.com.
All right.
Got it.
Good.
Still know it. Glad you got that muscle memory. I'll also let you choose. How are we gonna close it out? What voice do you want to make Nicole do?
The Noid, definitely. I think that's we've all seen the commercial.
I haven't since I was a child, so this is going to be interesting.
Because he doesn't talk though.
He makes noise.
Noid noises.
Noids.
Okay. Then the Domino's announcer that you think is the
He does. The guy in the old school commercials that we watched sounds exactly like the guy in the standard Domino's tracker that they have online now.
There's a voice track for that?
For the Domino's tracker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when the pizza maker comes, we ordered too much pizza.
No, I know what the track.
Motherfucker, you don't beat the pizza.
No, I know the tracker. I know what you're talking about. There's a voiceover track for that. Like they got Morgan Freeman to come in and be like, "Well, this pizza came out of the oven and it looks righty tasty."
Whenever you turn, every step of the way he says something different. I can
There's a
probably
voice?
quote it to you.
you can
yeah.
pick like different themes,
Yeah.
like the romance theme,
Yeah.
the rocker theme, stuff like that.
You guys need some more Marcos. I know it's expensive, but you don't have to deal with any of that bullshit.
No, I like the pizza tracker because then I know when they're leaving, so I know when I have to like make sure I have a bra and stuff on to answer the door.
I understand that. I do understand that. I'm ready to go home and take my bra off.
That's what I enjoy on Reddit when people will post whenever whoever's making your pizza doesn't give a shit and doesn't think they'll be on the internet. So like, your pizza was cooked today by Hitler.
So we're gonna close it out as both options. I don't know what it sounds like, so it's fine.
I've always said that on silent, so I also don't know. So I'm gonna assume it sounds like Jay Peterman. So
Okay,
there
excellent.
we go.
All right.
So until next time, tropical
Capricorn.
Elaine.
That's the last we saw of Nicole's pizza.
Did you guys read Joseph Gordon-Levitt's
Jordan goes to the what? You guys read Jordan goes to the... No, I'm sorry. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I have a bad habit of mixing up all the letters in a sentence.